How did it all come to this, Helen?
Which bit? Me being like a genocidal maniac, or like that, we all pretend we don't know there are two sexes? And probably 2015 was the tipping point. That suddenly the most important thing in the world, if you cared about social justice, was that you pretended there weren't two sexes. It's heresy to say that you can't, but it's also true. So, then you get into this state where people have to be super hysterical about everything to try to stop you from saying it, which is why they throw around words like genocidal and bizarrely anti-Semitic. If you say people can't change sex and a man who identifies as a woman remains a man who identifies as a woman. People were already saying by then that sex and gender were intertwined categories that were socially constructed rather than, having a bedrock of biological reality in them, entirely socially constructed and that, it was bigoted to think, and actually anti-feminist to think, that the category of woman was defined by the body you had. So, this is all really, really weird. But it took me a year to work out that I didn't just think it was weird, that I thought it was dangerous. And a lot of people who go through this path, like most of the people I talk to these days, they always say at some point I went down the rabbit hole. Mm-hmm. Like the bit where you're going, like you're seeing it out of the corner of your eye and you're going, that's weird, really weird.
Peaked.
It's like the bit where you go, holy God, you say what? That lesbians are bigoted for saying that people with penises can't be lesbians,
How do we know that maybe we are the bigots? I'm on your side on this, but what if we are the bigots here? Because bigots don't think they're bigots.
Completely. Bigots don't think they're bigots. People who are wrong don't think they're wrong. Most people in this, on any side of the argument, are not trying to do harm. They think they're doing the right thing. But that's just true all across. That's true right across the piece. And you can't say, oh, well, the Democrats believe this and Trump's believe that, and the Democrats are good and Trump is bad, and therefore I can come to a moral judgment. I remember in an editorial meeting, the first time I heard somebody say 2.7% of people are intersex, as many as have red hair. Yeah. That's just one of those talking point things. And I was completely boggled. I was like, what? I've literally never met somebody who can't be categorized as male or female. Yeah. So what's your point? And now I know where that figure comes from. I know what the misrepresentation is. I know how to rebut it. So somebody asked me, am I worried about being on the wrong side of history once? And I said, imagine it's 2050 and I'm still here and everybody in the world except me thinks it's all right to put a rapist in a women's jail if that man says he's a woman. I'm still right and they're wrong. Because that is a wrong thing to do. It is morally, absolutely contemptible. So I'm not worried about the judgment of history or the right side of history or anything like that. I'm deciding now what I know to be right on the basis of everybody's human rights and everybody's dignity.